Hello everyone. In the last lesson, I showed you how to multiply expressions. In this lesson, I'm going to be doing some examples with you. So I have 2x times 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. Now, before you can do anything over here, you need to fill in invisible signs and numbers. So let's do that. There's no sign here, so that is a plus. There's no exponent, so that is a 1. There's a plus here. This is 4x to the power 1. Now, I told you that if there is an x, then it's x to the power 1. But if there's no x, it's x to the power 0. So that's our invisible signs and numbers. The next thing we're going to do is put in our arrows. The arrows show you the order in which you need to work. So this 2x to the power 1, I'm going to multiply first here, then 2, and then 3. And our last step is SNL, sign, number, letter. So sign first, plus times plus will give me plus. Number, 2 times 2 will give me 4. And letter, x to the power 1 times x to the power 2 will give you x to the power 1 plus 2, which is 3. Next one, plus times plus will give us plus. Number, 2 times 4 will give us 8. And x to the power 1 times x to the power 1 will give us x to the power 1 plus 1, which is 2. Lastly, sign, plus times minus, minus. Number, 2 times 3, 6. And x to the power 1 times x to the power 0 will give us x to the power 1 plus 0, which is 1. I can write this answer without our invisible signs and numbers. So this plus here is invisible. So we have 4x cubed plus 8x squared minus 6x. This one is invisible. And that is your answer. Let's do another example. Let's say I have minus x times minus 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6x plus 3. So our first step, invisible signs and numbers. There's a 1 here. There is an x, so it's to the power 1. Minus 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 6x to the power 1 plus 3x to the power 0. Next step, put in your arrows. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And our last step, SNL, sign, number, letter. Minus times minus will give us plus. 1 times 2 will give us 2. And x to the power 1 times x to the power 3 will give us x to the power 1 plus 3, which is 4. Next one, minus times plus, minus. 1 times 4, 4. X to the power 1 times x to the power 2 will give us x to the power 1 plus 2, which is 3. Minus times minus, plus. 1 times 6, 6. X to the power 1 times x to the power 1 will give us x to the power 2. And the last one, minus times plus, minus. 1 times 3, 3. And x to the power 1 times x to the power 0 will give us x to the power 1 plus 0, which is 1. If I take out invisible signs and numbers, I'll take out this 1 from here, and I'll take out this plus from here. So that is our final answer. Now let's do something a little bit more difficult. Let's say I have xy times 2x squared y minus 4xy squared plus 3. First step, as always, invisible signs and numbers. So there's a plus here, there's a 1. It's x to the power 1, y to the power 1. There's a plus here, 2x squared, y to the power 1. Minus 4x to the power 1, y squared, plus 3. There's no x, there's no y. So it's x to the power 0, y to the power 0. Our second step, arrows, 1, 2, 3. And our last step, as always, SNL, sign, number, letter. Plus times plus will give us plus. 1 times 2, 2. X to the power 1 times x to the power 2 will give us x to the power 3. And y to the power 1 times y to the power 1 will give us y to the power 2. Plus times minus, minus. 1 times 4, 4. X to the power 1 times x to the power 1 will give us x to the power 2. Y to the power 1 times y to the power 2 will give us y to the power 3. Plus times plus, plus. 1 times 3, 3. X to the power 1 times x to the power 0 will give us x to the power 1. And y to the power 1 times y to the power 0 is y to the power 1. Let's rewrite this without our invisible signs and numbers. This plus here is invisible, so that's 2x cubed y squared minus 4x squared y cubed plus 3xy. These ones here are invisible, and that is our final answer. Let's do a quick recap. When I'm multiplying expressions, my first step is invisible signs and numbers. Invisible signs and numbers. Step 2, arrows. And step 3, SNL, sign, number, letter. Remember, if you don't get it right the first time, try again until you get it right. Until next time, bye.